this creator. And a lot of y'all know Dave from Barstool Sports. I love Portnoy.
How many tampons do you think a girl uses in a day?
One. Like when they're on their period?
Yeah.
No, on Random Tuesday, because there's nothing I like more than yanking out a cylindrical piece of dry cotton to start the day.
One and you're good to go.
That's
Like
funny.
one and done? Sir, we're not talking about a casual beer with your buddies. We're talking about a tampon. Have you ever heard of toxic shock syndrome? Because this is not set it and forget it. This is set it and check it. And chances are you still stained your pants.
1 or 2. 1.5.
1.5? What does a half a tampon look like?
Wait, okay. Let me clarify something for you. When Kaylee says, even when responsibly using menstrual products, chances are you still stained your pants, that's a stretch. Definitely, probably every girl you know has probably accidentally stained at least one pair of clothing. Something to be mindful of, something to be empathetic toward. But if it's a regular thing, girl, we gotta do something a little different.
Look like? What do you think? We just insert it halfway and save the other half for next month? I mean, I heard of balling on a budget, but that's just gross.
Jumbo, maybe? I don't know, like the jumbo? The big ones I don't know. 3?
They're asking for how many, and this guy gives a size. Like the size of the tampon has some kind of correlation to the frequency in which we change it. But that's not how it works. We can't just say, I have a rough week. I think I'll just stick in a jumbo and check it next Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
So I'll say this, she had me in the beginning, like, when Portnoy was like, you mean like when they're on their period? Like, that was funny to be like, no, on a random Tuesday. Like, when else are women using menstrual products? That was funny. But for the rest of it, she's basically just shaming men for not knowing the exact science behind menstrual products. Then let's not stop there, Kaylee Cresta. Let's keep it going. Let's not stop there on the intellectual consistency train. Let's keep using your very same logic. Kaylee, how much HRT does a trans woman need to take? No, right now, don't Google. Do not Google a single thing. What are all of the different kinds of razors that a man would need to use to shave? Which you don't. You're telling me you don't know that? What about how do you assemble an insulin pump? How do you use a ketone test strip? Oh, you can't just tell me that off the drop of a hat? That's weird. Why do you not know everything about single medical condition that you'll never have to experience? Obviously, this video was definitely just originally made to be in good fun. One of the women working for Barstool Sports was like, dude, wouldn't it be funny to see, like,
what men think about this?
Tom Superthanks says, I thought they popped out when you were done, like a turkey thermometer. He goes on to say, it's part of the mystery that is woman. We don't look behind the curtain. The beef curtain. I'm sorry! I need to leave. I need to leave for that one.
You need to leave!
Yeah, man, I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with not knowing everything about the medical shit that goes into the opposite sex. I don't know everything about the penis. I don't necessarily know that I'll need to, and if these men are not raising daughters, I'm sure they'll figure out at that point in time. I'm sure it'll make a lot more sense then, but damn. Let's see what the comments say. Oh god, this started off well, and then it just... My husband is sitting here yelling 5 to 7 a day, depending on the flow, which is accurate. He's a good boy trained well. And you thought that was a flex to post online. It's 10 times more of a flex to me when I'm able to demonstrate my husband's intellectual and emotional competence without taking credit for having trained him to be that way. It's so much more gross to be like, good boy, like, ew, gross. So there's not even common sense here. Why is... No, the amount of things that women have to shove inside of themselves should not be common sense. How in the world does that become common sense? Until you start mandating that women can only insert menstrual products publicly and in the public eye, why would that be common sense? It's not like the amount of menstrual products is like commonly portrayed on television, in media. I have never in my life once ever, and I'm pretty well read. I've gone through the classics. I've gone through the New York Times bestseller books. I've never once read a book that references the amount of tampons that are inserted in a day. Never. I have never seen it. At least 4, and if it's heavy, way more. Okay, just a factual comment. We appreciate that. Mine are so bad I'd bleed through a tampon and pad in 20 minutes, day 2 and 3. Again, if it's some factual information that's beneficial for people to know, this I make up. So a lot of these are just some, like, just intelligent comments of people just giving their own personal inflammation, some might say. Okay. So actually not as much man-shaming as I thought. Most people just finding it funny.